Good afternoon. Welcome to another segment of the Jermaine Brown Sports Talk Show. Today is Friday, June the 17th, 2016. I want to talk about the NBA Finals this year between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. Now, truth be told, these playoffs haven't really been that exciting. Most of the games in these playoffs have been blowouts, including these finals. The finals, really, none of the games have been really what you'll call nail biters or down to the wire type games. The games was usually decided by the mid third to maybe early fourth quarter, okay, which takes away from the excitement of the game. However, here is where it does get a little interesting. You know, Golden State had a 3-1 lead. Okay? 3-1 lead. And it looked like they was about to, win another finals. But before they finished off that 3-1 lead, let's go back to game 4. As I like to call it, the scene of the crime. And the reason I call it the scene of the crime was because at that point, Golden State looked like they grasped control of the series and was about to win. During the middle part of that game, LeBron James got the ball in the post area, and he was guarded by Stephen Curry. Now, Curry's giving up size and height. That's a matchup LeBron James should be able to dominate any day of the week and twice on Sunday. So what LeBron did was he backed him down, backed him down, backed him down. And then, instead of going up aggressively for the shot, he went and passed off to Tristan Thompson, who they immediately fouled. Now, why is that significant? That happened in Game 4. This happened, I think, before the dust-up between him and Draymond Green. But in Game 4, what made that key was this. That showed part of the problem with LeBron. And let me just veer off topic for a second to use an analogy, and then you'll understand why I use this analogy. I want you to think of 2 types of snakes. And I'm not talking about human snakes, I'm talking about reptiles. One is this thing called the black mamba. That's one of the most venomous snakes in the world, fastest snakes in the world, and they're very aggressive. Now, Kobe Bryant goes by the nickname of the Black Mamba. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, very aggressive. They have a killer mentality, take your heart mentality. While there's another type of snake that is very venomous, very, very venomous, but they're more docile, they're more passive. They'll kind of stay out of your way until provoked. And that's the rattlesnake. Okay? As a matter of fact, I recall a few years ago, back around 2005, 2006, I was in San Diego visiting my ex-girlfriend up in the mountains because that's where she lives. And in the daytime, when the sun's beating down, you don't see too many snakes. The snakes tend to be stay, and they prefer the shade. Because, that heat could be something else. And, we would jog and walk the trail, whatever, and it was all good. So you wouldn't find any snakes like that in the daytime. But at night, now when it's cooler, now the snake can come on out, and you'll see now it becomes much more dangerous. In other words, you can't walk that trail at night. Or it's not advisable, should I say. So I remember one time going from the house to the car that I rented. You got to keep your ears open, but you could hear the snakes around. Okay? Because one thing about rattlesnakes is this. They will warn you that they're near. And as long as you avoid them, because they're going to try to avoid you. But as long as you avoid them, no problems. But if you persist in jigging with them or messing with them, or you walk into their territory after they don't warn you, now they're going to be prepared to strike. Now they're going to get what we call aggressive on you. That is LeBron James. LeBron James, he's like a rattler, where his venom is dangerous. When he's on, you're not going to stop him. But the thing is, he's passive in nature. This is why I mentioned that whole thing with Stephen Curry, where instead of going for the basket, he goes to pass. LeBron James has what we call a pass first nature. He prefers to be Robin than Batman. Batman loves to lead. Robin prefers to play second fiddle. But LeBron, who can be Batman, he's got the skill set to be Batman. But he has the mindset of Robin until provoked. Then he'll go into Batman mode. So anyway, in that game, him and Draymond Green got into a dust-up where Draymond Green fell and he stepped over Draymond, and then Draymond swung towards his groin area, whatever, and LeBron was he was livid. Not so much that Draymond swung at him, but that of something Draymond said. He, in other words, he poked the bear. The bear was quiet up to that point. Okay, this was game 4. They was about to have a 3-1 lead. The bear was quiet. He was frustrated. It looked like, hey, it was over for Cleveland until you made him angry. And then once Draymond got suspended in game 5, now the rattlesnake struck. He got aggressive. And here's the thing. LeBron got aggressive. And now that he's aggressive, there's no stopping him. Because, listen, he is the most dominant force in the league, folks, when he wants to be. See, the first part of the series, the first 4 games of that series, LeBron was allowing Iguodala and Draymond Green to guard him. And I remember saying to a friend after game 5, this series done changed. This is not the same LeBron. He was like, but he was allowing, but Draymond Green was able to shut him down. No. LeBron allows guys to guard him. That's the difference. Because really, there's no guy in the league that can guard LeBron James when LeBron wants it. When LeBron chooses folks, there is no guarding him. Okay? LeBron allows guys to guard him. In other words, when LeBron's aggressive, that means he's even taking those outside shots, he's knocking them down. When he's not aggressive, when he's passive, now he can't even hit the other side of the ocean. So the problem is, Golden State made him angry. And they were teasing him after the game, saying, oh, he's being a big old baby, boom, boom, boom. Well, now all of a sudden, look who's doing the crying. Because why? LeBron got mad. And as long as LeBron wasn't mad, you was fine. But now LeBron got mad. And now the series has totally shifted. It has totally changed. They beat Golden State pretty good in game 5. Then they beat them pretty good in game 6. And the thing is this team here that LeBron James have is the most talented team he's ever been on. That even includes Miami. Because, yes, he played with the great Dwayne Wade, the Hall of Famer. And he played with a pretty good player in Chris Bosh. But here's the thing. Their bench wasn't nearly as deep as Cleveland, and they didn't have a rebounding machine like Tristan Thompson. Thompson does like all that dirty work for them. Kyrie Irving, he's more or less playing like Dwayne Wade. Listen, I'm not ready to put Kyrie Irving in the Hall of Fame yet. No, we're not even close to being there. But at least he's giving you Dwayne Wade-like performances. And so that is helping out LeBron. And LeBron has now decided he's not losing to this team. And then and here's how I know that this is personal for LeBron. Let's go back to this last game, game 6. He made 2 blocks in particular. One, I believe Curry threw the ball down court to Green, who was basket hanging. Green had a layup. LeBron came from out of nowhere, blocked the shot. Okay? Another time, late in the game, Curry drove. He looked like he had an easy layup. LeBron blocked the shot, but that wasn't what stood out. It was what LeBron did after he blocked the shot that stood out. He talked trash to Stephen Curry. Really, get that garbage out of here type of thing. Like, you, the unanimous MVP. In other words, LeBron took this personally now. LeBron's angry. The worst thing Golden State could have did was make that man angry. Because now you're getting the angry LeBron. And that guy cannot be guarded. The passive, docile LeBron can be guarded. The angry LeBron cannot be guarded. And that's the problem that Golden State right now is facing. And I remember I was saying that when OKC, going back to the conference finals, was up 3-1 on Golden State, I said Game 6 was OKC's Game 7. Because why? They weren't going to lose Game 6 and go on the road and win in Game 7. I don't buy that. Okay? When you lose Game 6 on the road, I'm a believer as don't expect that team to go on the road and win in Game 7. However, in this particular case, it was the reverse. Golden State was up 3-1. And now, Cleveland has now forced it to a Game 7. So that means they just won Game 6. So right now, Cleveland is the hot team. Cleveland's got all the momentum. And they got the most dangerous guy in the world when he's angry, in LeBron James. And that's why I'm kind of liking Cleveland in the Game 7 on Sunday. Now, it wouldn't shock me if Golden State won on Sunday, but I'm looking for Cleveland to get this on Sunday. Because I think LeBron now sees the finish line. And he wants to prove something against Golden State. It's clear. The worst thing, and here's what I'm going to say to Draymond Green. Cut out your act. You don't cost your team big time here. Because, see, that suspension that didn't seem so big turned out to loom real large. Because, think about it. Instead of being able to close them out in game, you being there to close them out in Game 5. You was out, and therefore they lost Andrew Bogut late in third quarter Game 5. They lost Andrew Bogut for the rest of the series. That's a big loss. And now, in Game 6, Andre Iguodala suffered back pains. Okay? And those things do not get better overnight. He could barely move. So all of a sudden, things changed. The series done switched on a dime. And here's something else that proves this point. For the first time, and I've seen Golden State the last 2 years on their run, I've seen a frustrated Golden State team. They weren't frustrated when they played OKC. They were down. Mentally, physically, they were down. But they weren't frustrated. Against Cleveland, for the first time, I saw frustration. And that's the worst thing you could have showed. Because now, it's just like, remember that movie, The Terminator? When Arnold shot the alien, he says, oh, it bleeds. If it bleeds, it can be killed. Okay? Golden State just bled. Golden State just showed emotion. They showed frustration, which means mentally they don't think now they can beat Cleveland. Because when you get frustrated like that, you mentally shut down. Your thinking starts becoming a lot different. Just keep an eye out for that. Because if Cleveland jumps on them early on Sunday, this can get real ugly. Real ugly. If Cleveland jumps on them early on Sunday, just keep an eye out for that. I want to thank you for watching another segment of the Jermaine Brown Sports Talk Show. Have a good weekend.